If you would have told me that in the 2019 NFL season, the Philadelphia Eagles would be at the midway point, under 500, in a desperate game, needing a desperate win against the Buffalo Bills, I would have looked straight at you and said, hell no.
What's going on, Philly? Does you subscribe now?
We got the Eagles. We got the Sixers. Philly talk.
What's going on, everybody? Philly Mike here. And if you guys are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing my job. But let's get to the main point. So, the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Buffalo Bills Week 8 in Buffalo. And I believe we're underdogs. I think 1.5 point underdogs to be exact. What can I say? There's no reason why we should be favored at this point on the last two games in which how we played. No reason. No reason whatsoever Vegas should think we have a chance to beat this team. But I do. I'm not basing this on what happened this season. I'm basing this on the fact that I do believe in this team, and the team has talent on the team. It's just not being used right. It's not being executed right. And some people are not just doing their job flat out. They're flat out not doing their job. But the season has to be turned around this game. Because like I said in the opener, nobody, and I mean nobody, predicted this. Not any of the fans. Not any of the people who in our division, no Cowboy fans, no Giant fans, no Redskins fans predicted this. They all knew we were going to be a dominant team. They all thought we were going to be a dominant team. You can ask any show from Undisputed to First Take to the Colin Hurd show. They all predicted us as Super Bowl contenders. You don't get picked as Super Bowl contenders if you guys are not a good football team. You don't have a good roster. They knew we had Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills as corners. They thought we were going to have them until our injuries bug hit. They knew that what our receiving core looked like, and you have to account for injuries, especially a guy like Deshaun Jackson. Even so, they picked us to do big things, and we have not done what we're supposed to do. But that's got to change this Sunday. It got to change this Sunday, 2 days before the trade deadline. So really, if we know, so that we can tell if we're buyers or sellers, or just going to stay the same, This is the game that's going to decide all that. But let's get up into the game. So, as you see here, we got the stats. Buffalo, on offense, they average 20.2 points per game. That's 22nd in the NFL. Yards, total yards on offense per game, they average 361.2. That's 17th in the NFL for an offense. Just on the passing yards, they average 225.3. That's 21st. That's where they're the most weak at passing the ball. And rushing the ball, they average 135.8 on the ground through 8 weeks, and that's 7th in the NFL. And that's partially because the rushing upside that Josh Allen does. And this boy does not slide. He is not afraid of contact. For a quarterback, the only other person I can think of like that is Cam Newton. This is the white Cam Newton. I'm not even playing. But on the defensive side, where the Buffalo Bills actually really win games, points per game they allow is only 15.2. So our offense being already in trouble, we can't allow a slow start when you know the defense is this stingy, only allowing 15.2 points per game. That is 3rd in the NFL. Total offense allowed on them, on their defense, is 297.1. So they allow under 300 of total offense. That is impressive. That ranks 3rd as well in the NFL. When it comes to just passing against this defense, they averagely allow 201.3. Like I said, a stingy secondary. And that ranks 4th in the NFL. And the one spot that we might be able to get them, and we have success in it, but Doug backs away from it because of the fact that we find ourselves in a deficit, is against the rush. They allow 91.3 yards, which ain't the best, but it's 10th in the NFL, and it's the weakest part of that defense. It ranks up there. It's definitely a top 5 defense overall. And so, again, we're going to have our hands full with this. Let's get into the offense now. So, offense. Like I said, they allow 91.3 yards on the ground. That's 10th in the NFL. So, we got to start with the run. Now, we've been experimenting with this Miles Sanders stuff all season. It had its perks. But at this point in the game, at this point in the season, we need our veterans, we need our people who are gonna make money for us to get the ball in their hands and make plays. So we need to feature Jordan Howard this game. That's a tough runner back that can take it up the middle. You saw that play that Doug Peterson called on 3rd and 4. It was a run play. I didn't agree with it, but there was a hole. Miles Sanders hits the hole. We get the first down. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, Jordan Howard has to be involved. He has to be the main guy, and we have to set up the play action pass. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. We're not getting down the field vertical. We need to keep these linebackers guessing. We need to bring the linebackers up thinking that we're going to run the ball so we can utilize the middle of the field, where Zach Ertz makes his money, where Alshon Jeffrey actually makes his money, where Nelson Aguilar makes their money. These are receivers who catch the ball in the middle. That's what they do. And especially Nelson Aguilar, he catches the ball in the middle and he gets a lot of yards after the catch, that yak. Now, I know we're all not happy with Nelson Aguilar. I know we all want him to be traded. We don't want him no more. But at the end of the day, he's on the squad right now, so he needs to play. It's as simple as that. You wearing the Philadelphia Eagle logo. If you're wearing the Eagle logo, no matter what, you have to play. You have to ball. And if you do that, we are going to cheer you on for this Sunday. I can't say much more, but for this Sunday, we need you. It's as simple as that. So like I said, we need to bring these linebackers up, make them think we're running, and we need to hit them with the play action. And to keep this off balance, we need some quick passes. I know Carson Wentz has been holding the ball long. There's been many reasons why. A lot of people have their theories and whatnot. Like I said, I think he's holding the ball long for many things. He does have in his head, especially in this Cowboys game, that he has to do too much. He has to do more. And for the most part of the season, you saw he had to do more. He had to extend plays because of the fact that we weren't getting open. But I think this is where it's all going to change. We're going to need to implement a quick pass thing, and I believe Carson Wentz is willing to do that this game. Doug Peterson is going to have to script some good plays, and I believe these plays are going to come out fast. You saw in the Dallas game how we kept rolling Carson Wentz out to try to minimize his pass rush. And that's what we're going to have to do because the Bills got a decent pass rush. Minimize the pass rush with rollouts, RPOs, play action pass, just to keep the defense guessing. But I do want to see a heavy dose of handing the ball right in the belly of Jordan Howard. That's what we have to see. We have to see that. Carson Wentz has some stuff he has to do. He does. I think Carson Wentz has been playing pretty damn good this whole year. But against Dallas, he straight was trash. He was trash. I'm a big Wentz fan, and I'm always going to pick Wentz. I love my quarterback. I support my quarterback. And I was just talking to a guy today, and I was telling him, these guys better get right because Carson Wentz ain't going nowhere. So if you really don't like Carson Wentz, you're only, setting up your exit scene because Carson Wentz is going to be here. We paid this man, and he's going to be our quarterback. So I think with all the hashing out they did at these meetings, I believe they got through what they needed to get through. I saw Alshon Jeffrey and Carson Wentz practicing, stretching, talking. I think anything and everything was worked out between all types of offensive and defensive, every player on the field, all 53 men on that roster, including Doug Peterson. So with that being said, we have no excuses. I'm not trying to hear the excuses. We have to go out and execute the X and O's. And that starts with you, Doug. First of all, still defer. I want you to defer. Don't change up the game now because you're feeling pressure. You need to defer the ball. We need to play defense. Like I said, to sum up the offense, I need to see a heavy dose of Jordan Howard. I need to see some motion, some play action, some 2 runner back sets. You know what I'm saying? I want to see motion so you can kind of tell what formation the defense is in. It helps Carson Wentz out. Pretty much just simplifying it. And like I said, a heavy dose of Jordan Howard. And at this point, Carson Wentz coming off the worst game this year, definitely, and maybe in his career in general. I think with the statement he said about being a leader and rallying the troops, this is his time. He has to do it. It's a now or never type thing for this year. It's not for the season. I mean, not for his career, because like I said, in Wentz, I trust. But at the end of the day, he needs to do it this game and just keep this season alive, because Dallas is not far from us. They're not far from us. Now let's head over to defense. On the defensive side of the ball, we're getting Crevion LeBlanc back. He can play in the slot. Jalen Mills held his own ground. He gonna play one corner side. And Ronald Darby was active in the Dallas game but didn't play. But he will play against the Buffalo Bills. So we're gonna have the best secondary we've had yet this year. I'm not telling you, I'm not gonna come out here and tell you it's a great secondary, but it's the best one we had so far this year. And because when Ronald Darby and Jalen was healthy, Jalen Mills wasn't. Either was Crevion LeBlanc. So this is going to be our best secondary with them three and McLeod and Jenkins in the backfield. I mean, deep back as the safeties. This is going to be our best unit. Now, the pass rush has not been getting there, and I told you it's hard to contain Josh Allen. He's a scrambling quarterback that likes contact, that he gets design runs, power runs, and he just runs and scrambles. So you're going to have to keep a spy on him. You're going to have great gap control, great further running, because they run Frank Gore and Singletary a lot too. Against the Dallas Cowboys, Nathan Gary, Gruger Hill, and Edwards, they were not hitting the gaps right. They were leaving too many gaps. They were missing their assignments. And Zeke was just eating. We can't allow that. Now, these running backs are not Zeke, but we have to keep an eye on Josh Allen all the time. If he's going to beat us, he's going to have to try to beat us with his arm. And there's only one real speedster on that team that can get down deep on us. So we have to pay attention to John Brown. Wherever John Brown lines up, you make sure there's a safety over top of him. Make sure there's safety over top. And like I said, D-line... Hello? D-line, are you guys there? We need you guys to step up, for real though. I'm laughing. It's a little funny, but it's not funny at the same time because the D-line has been missing. They on milk cartons. I don't know. So as much as I want to fault the secondary, I mean, you got all the D linemen on milk cartons. Going. So they need to come. They need to make an appearance. Like I said, this is going to be in Buffalo. I heard there might be some rain, light rain. I mean, it is what it is at this point. It's a do or die situation, and we're going to see where we fare. But at the end of the day, Philadelphia Eagles, it's now or never. With that being said, here's my score prediction. Before I say that, I just want to say, the Eagles haven't been good. If we go in like we went against Dallas or Minnesota with our heads down, feeling sorry for ourselves, we're not going to win. We're not going to win. But if we go in like we went into Lambeau, head held high, pounding our chest, saying that we are the Philadelphia Eagles and we're not going to lose, that's going to be a different story. And with that, my prediction is a close game still, 23-20. The Philadelphia Eagles shock the world, come back, beat the Buffalo Bills, 23-20. And if we score 23 points, I will be very impressed, because of the fact not many teams can score 23 points on the Buffalo Bills. So that's my prediction. A big shocker, 23-20, and the season starts to turn around. And Dallas starts to be scared again. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But this is a big game, guys. Let's get this W. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Your predictions of the score. And we out.